I recently attended an Explorers Club and RCGS conference that featured topics on conservation, with one talk highlighting work to save the African pangolin. After the conference, I began to wonder, are there lessons from their efforts that we can apply to species preservation here in Canada?
Pangolins are weirdly the most trafficked wild mammals on the planet.
Charles Amoga is a conservationist and tropical biologist from Nigeria who specializes in pangolin, one of the most unique mammals on our planet.
Scales are trafficked to meet the demand in Asia, especially in China, where they're used for traditional, therapeutic traditional medicine.
While trafficking of pangolin scales is important, it's not the major driver in the reduction of the population.
It's driven largely by the demand for meat that's consumed locally. And so most of the scales that we see going to China are actually byproducts of that exploitation for food.
Contrary to how we often approach conservation from the top down, Charles thinks that we need to involve those people that are closest to their environment.
I just think the general approach of working, hand in hand with locals is very important. The general public can contribute, but we need to engage people on the ground as well.
Charles worked closely with the hunters and locals to try and understand how to assist in pangolin conservation.
I was only able to do this work because I'm local. And I think that's the main thing here. I'm local, and that knowledge really allowed me to understand the cultural context a little bit more. And I think that's what's really important, and that's what's usually missing in conservation projects.
Charles agrees that lessons learned in Africa can be extended to Canada.
You could involve them in a more equal way rather than trying to impose on them. Get people from the places that these projects will be implemented to be part of the table, and ideally they're representing the community, because then you have buy-in when the project goes out.
And that may be the best way forward for both African countries and Canada.